So I have some Star Wars news for you. Not a ton, but this is the most recent, and by most recent, I mean in the past 24 to 48 hours. Sometimes recent is up to a week ago, but for this video, 2 days. Do not call me out on that if something is older than 48 hours, though. It'll hurt my feelings.
Don't get too proud of this technological terror you've constructed.
First, according to production, filming for Season 2 of The Mandalorian is now complete as of yesterday. Actual yesterday. Unless you're not watching this video on the day it was published, then that's on you. Gina posted about working on the second season of The Mandalorian, and I love her armor so much. Seriously, I would love to cosplay as her. I feel like I don't have the build. She's just too much of a bamf. So definitely Cara Dune is in Season 2, seeing as how the Mando and the child are probably in a lot of trouble as they're trying to figure out his origins. The Mando's gonna need Cara Dune to help him and back him up. I was actually really sad when she stayed on the planet in Season 1, so the fact that she's in Season 2 is really exciting. Also, if you followed the interviews with Gina, she basically cried when I believe Jon Favreau told her, being in The Mandalorian, this is going to change the entire trajectory of your career. This is going to be huge for you, and it has been, and she just absolutely loves working with Lucasfilm and on The Mandalorian. So the fact that she's loving Season 2 as well just warms my heart. Speaking of Disney Plus live-action Star Wars shows, Cassian Andor's show about Cassian Andor during his formative years with the Rebellion officially begins shooting this June 1st. So that means it's still completely on schedule for releasing when it's supposed to be. No worries. I know every other day we hear about something Star Wars related being canceled. The Cassian Andor series is still happening. Next, D. Bradley Baker, the gentleman that does the voice acting for the clones in the animated series The Clone Wars, and Mark Hamill, a guy who played Luke Skywalker or something, are working on a top secret project. If I had to guess, since he's a voice actor and besides playing Luke, Mark Hamill is an amazing voice actor. In fact, I don't know why he's not known more for his voice acting because it is insanely good. So they're probably both working on an animated series. Now, if you've been following rumors and leaks, you know that there's been talks about a sequel to Star Wars Rebels being made, which was an animated series. If you didn't watch it, I'd give it a try. Star Wars Resistance was really, really bad. I couldn't watch it. Star Wars Rebels gets really good. You have to get over the beginning where Ezra kind of sucks ass, but for a kid's show, it's really good. So give it a try. Anyway, so the rumors have been out there that there will be a sequel for Rebels 2, and it will feature Ahsoka and Sabine trying to find Ezra, and of course Ezra is with Thrawn right now, trying to survive, and supposedly they're in the Outer Rim as of right now. It does look like the series will either take place during the OT or slightly after the OT, so we could run into Luke, we could run into some other big characters from the OT, or maybe they're gonna start filling us in on right after Return of the Jedi. I guess we'll have to see, but I'm excited. Alright, let's move on to the Rise of Skywalker Creature and Special Makeup Effects Creative Supervisor. I know that was a very long title. Neil Scanlon talked about the Oracle character we totally got robbed of in the film. So you may know the Oracle creature from leaks, maybe from my channel or any other place that was reporting on it. It was going to be a giant baby head and a spider on top of it, and it seemed totally ridiculous and totally Star Wars, but then The Rise of Skywalker came out and there was no Oracle. So here is what he said on creating it, because it does in fact exist. That was a character that was designed very early on in the day. Jake Lunt, who's one of my concept designers, we were all playing around with this idea and talking about it, and he did this drawing, and JJ saw it and went, "That is amazing." It was one of those moments where it was like, this has to be in the movie. So we actually did build it, and we took it to a place called Black Park in the UK, which is close to Pinewood Studios, where we shot it in a lake on location. And that sequence exists. Unfortunately, it didn't make it in the movie story, plot-wise, etc. It was a fully practical character shot in a location, and it is amazing. Now if you're wondering why we didn't get it, JJ. It's always JJ. So on why it didn't appear in the movie, Neil said, I think it maybe was too lengthy an explanation for something that JJ was able to explain in the movie much quicker eventually. JJ's movies move very quickly, don't they? And it was all part of Kylo Ren's journey, and I think he just felt that there was too much time being spent on something which he explained much quicker. So that's all it was, really. Runtime is always my biggest fear of any movie. So much of what we do, so much of what we shoot, and I'm sure this is the same for every department. You invest so much time and love in it, and you hope it'll make the final cut. But it doesn't always do that because the movie would be 4 hours long, which would be great. And in case you're wondering, there were quite a few scenes and bits of dialogue that were going to explain what Palpatine was doing between Return of the Jedi and Rise of Skywalker, but they decided that it also made the movie too long, so they decided, fuck it! Let's not explain anything. And then release the novel. Which, by the way, speaking about the novel, if you want to read about the Oracle creature, it's in the novelization of The Rise of Skywalker. Kylo does approach it, so that's pretty cool if you feel cheated of it. Interestingly, Neil said that he hopes that it appears in a future live-action Star Wars show and mentioned maybe even The Mandalorian. So on that he said, I hope that we can maybe bring that back in some way, shape, or form on the TV series, The Mandalorian, or that we can revisit that character in some way because it was a haunting image and a very unusual image. But one which I think was incredibly Star Wars. So yeah, somewhere there's footage of that. I am actually crossing my fingers, and I'm hoping, even though it's canon that the creature was on Mustafar, maybe Vader got that creature and put it on that planet. Maybe that creature has multiple locations throughout the galaxy. I mean, there could be any explanation for the creature. I'm hyped. If concept art is your secret kink, we also have some awesome concept art for the speeder chase in Rise of Skywalker. If you want to see more of this, you can check out Milner's blog. He has a ton of these images. Lastly, I want to talk about Star Wars video games news. One piece of news I want you to be very careful about getting excited about because it is very much so a rumor. The other video game is a legit leak that got put out there and has been confirmed as a whoopsie. We weren't expecting that to get out so soon. So the first bit of rumors are that a VR game during the High Republic, which is the new period Lucasfilm announced they are focusing on, a time 300 years before the prequels, when the Jedi and the Republic were at their height, may be happening. I think it would be really cool to see a video game set during the time of the High Republic. I mean, it worked well for the old Republic. Unfortunately, the only reason why I'm doubting this one, besides it not being confirmed yet, is they said there weren't going to be any video game tie-ins to Project Luminous, which covers the High Republic. So it makes me think, why would they lie about that? Or maybe they just weren't informed, or maybe the person that said that that's part of Lucasfilm Group didn't realize they were thinking about doing it, or it happened after he said it. I don't know. I just put this one as kind of unlikely. Also, VR makes me sick, so on a selfish end, I'd like non-VR Star Wars games. Which brings me to the actual credible video game leak for Star Wars, which has been confirmed. So there was a leak for a Star Wars video game called Maverick, which is being reported to be a combat flight simulator. We're being told the project is from EA Motive and has a 21 or 2022 release date. Right now it's in beta testing. We're told that it's not going to be VR and it will probably be multiplayer. Alright, so that is some Star Wars news. I'm most excited about the Star Wars live action shows for Disney+. So far they haven't led us astray. That doesn't mean they won't. There are a lot of ways for Lucasfilm to mess this up under Disney. Oh my god. I'm still really excited for The Mandalorian Season 2, and I think the Cassian Andor series, though not what I would have preferred, is gonna be pretty kickin'. But let me know what you think about the Star Wars news in the comment section down below.
Thanks so much for watching. Please like the video and subscribe for more Star Wars.
Who would win in an epic showdown? Porgs or Baby Yoda? That's not even a fight. Oh my god. Baby Yoda would just decimate those porgs. Could you just see Baby Yoda force choking just all the porgs at once? Lucasfilm.